Welcome back. It's 5:25. It's Tuesday night and we're going scalloping again. So today there'll be me, Phil, Matt and Paul, main D, and we'll probably do the same as what we always do. We'll just go out the harbour and turn right. We won't go too far. You don't have to go too far, to be honest, and it's Tuesday night. We really haven't got time to go too far, so it's going to be a scalloping one. I wonder what we're going to see. I'm glad you're with us to have a look over my shoulder, and basically whatever I see on this dive of interest, so I won't show you the whole lot because it'll take forever, I'll show you, okay? Hopefully we see some Dover soles and a few scallops. Let's get down there, let's get the gear ready and let's start going. Two horsepower that was. Do you know what we're doing?
Oh no.
Harbour, take a right.
Ooh, left or right? It's gonna be right.
Yeah, it's gonna be right.
Well, here we are back on Tuesday evening for a dive with the A-team. Hey.
Happy days.
Oh, happy days, that's it. Oh, happy days. Back again on Tuesday. After a dive with some scallops.
You're looking really young today, Richard.
Can I give me a red hat?
Big schoolboy error there. Oh, that was top 5 dive, as it would have been, because I didn't have my camera. Well, I had my camera, but there was no card in there. Phil, was that good?
That is in the top 5s of Guernsey dives. That's Guernsey at its best.
So we've seen crayfish, loads of crayfish on one pinnacle. One of them was like a luminous blue on its tail.
That was just laying on the seabed like this, in 2 bits, like an old black glass bottle. It was just like.
Would have been good. I found the bottom of a
found a big one.
yeah, push up of an olive.
Yeah.
So the boys are going back roughly where we went down, but that, honestly, the visibility was perfect. 25 metres.
Tide, everything.
Yeah, tide, everything was good. Slack water. Because just watch out because there's boats coming up here now.
Where are you going back?
Oh yeah,
I'll
I'll definitely go back there for sure. Just got to get in the way of this boat coming up.
That's what I did Saturday out on the west coast. I just literally went like that to call the flutter.
Lucky dip dives, they're amazing. I cannot believe I had no card inside my camera. But don't worry, we're going to go back. We're going back there again for sure. But the problem is, Matt and Paul's in there now and the tide's going to start pulling again. So we'll still go down. Oh, the scenery though. Oof. Definitely going down there again. So one thing we did get down there, and this is old cargo, apart from the shanker. I think the shanker might be a bad one. Don't know if he's a lantern or not. No, he's hard. He's hard. Try and get him out the bag. Not as big as I thought, but we might have to chuck him back. It's a decent sized shanker, that one. Yeah. Is he worth keeping? He's legal size.
Make it he's lucky there.
Yeah. Don't know, I kind of feel that I shouldn't keep it. He's solid, absolutely solid as well. Normally you push up underneath here. I'm going to make it his lucky day. I'm going to chuck him back. Catch and release, yeah. Oh well, his lucky day. So what we got here? This is anthracite coal from the shipwreck of the Beaufort, and there's massive chunks of this on the seabed, and I mean humongous chunks. This is a baby. This fitted in the bag, so Phil's got a humongous chunk of this. Underwater, because it's coal, underwater it's really light. A lot lighter than when you get it out of the water. Anyway, yeah, there's loads, eh? Basically, they just emptied the weight out the boat, and the anthracite just got chucked over the side. Some of it got put in lighters and then landed in St Sampson's and auctioned. But there's some left, and the divers go down. You can't really burn this stuff. I think it just melt your griddle. Yeah, this is like anthracite, which is the best coal. Yeah. Basically, you smash it up. The big chunks go in the boilers like that. But I always wanted a couple of chunks of this. The missus ain't going to be happy. It's going to be sitting in the garden. It's an airbag come up. Gonna try and get this. I'm guessing this can only be a cannonball.
Yep. And
he sent a crab pot up.
A minging crab pot.
Oh, who sent that up? I can only have been Matt. Need a hand? Just crossed it. Oh, look at this. That's cuttlefish eggs, that.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Wow.
A sepia. That's, they put a little bit of their black dye in the eggs, but that's cuttlefish. Scallops are squid are the big white ones.
Okay.
So
what are you going to do with this then?
chuck it on. I don't know what that is. Look at that. What sort of eggs are they? Problem is, this is covered in sea life. Squat lobster can go back. Another squat lobster, you can go back. That's it, looks like there's nothing else on there. Not a bad pot. Oh well.
Festering tots.
Was lost though, look.
Yeah, it's been banged off on some reef. Yeah. Snapped off.
Spinner's still on there.
Looks like even then there might have been another truce in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, that's not it.
That's just the tail rope, isn't
Yeah, someone's. I think that might have been on the end.
it? Recycling.
Yeah. Oh well.
Bring it up.
Yeah, just let it dry out. I think Paul and Matt are coming up now. And then me and Phil are going to go back down. We're going to try and go in the same location and track down them crayfish because they were awesome. Here's Matt. Wonder how many scallops he's got. There is no scallops here, by the way. I've seen one the whole time. I think he's got a couple. Oh. Oh, there's a couple. Done well. Clappers.
I set that up.
Clappers. Oh, did you have a cannibal?
Empty as well, top of the reef.
And then he was missing his lift bag because he sent that up with the lift bag. Are you going to give that to Inglorious Fishing?
Yeah, Danny can have it.
Yeah? Oh well.
Oh, he keeps on losing him, so.
So at the Tilby K Dive Club we'll keep him stocked.
Yeah.
Is Paul just waiting for him now? Is that the lifeboat I just heard?
I heard the distress go on the radio, but not Mayday, just the distress button.
Oh, just a distress.
Yeah.
That's not a bad popper, that's good.
Nah, I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
Sound as well.
Yeah. Oh, it's got a bar missing, but.
Yeah, you can fix that. You can fix that. So I wonder if you're going to see the lifeboat shoot out here soon.
crazy.
Oh, fingers. What do you think? Hey, what's going on here?
Trust the plumber.
I was going to say, you've been to some old bird's house. Some old bird's missing a boiler. Yeah, copper, someone's chopped that in the sea. Why would you chop that in the sea? Really? Plumbers can smell that at 30 metres. Look at it, look at the noses. They always got very excited when there's copper on the boat. Oh, Paul, you knew. You're going to be invoicing someone for removal as well.
Huh?
You're going to be invoicing someone for removal as well.
Specialist underwater copper removal, 75 quid now.
Yeah.
At least.
It's normally 325 quid a drop for a diver to go and salvage something.
Oh, right. I found a bloody cannonball.
He's done alright, look.
Really nice one as well.
Yeah, done alright. Me and Phil's going to get ready now. We're going to see if we can go in the same position again. Matt knows where we've dropped in. Welcome back below the waves. Well, this time I've actually got a card inside my camera. This is looking very similar. There's a big pollock there just swum off. This is looking very, very similar to our first dive. So we hit down onto this nice white sand. The visibility has creamed up a little bit. It isn't as clear as it was before. But it's looking good. This is very similar to what we've seen before. Let's just get ourselves comfortable. The tide. Bit of an issue with the tide trying to pull us in over the top of this reef. Not ideal. You can see here the seaweed's trying to pull us. Mine and Phil's ropes are going to get tangled on this one. That's a given. But we're just going to have to follow the tide now, and it looks like the tide's taking us further into the reef rather than around the reef, which is a shame, but I'm sure we'll see some nice stuff anyway. So let's just go along for the ride and see what we see. Some nice decent sized pollock here, a shoal pollock just on the top of the reef. There's a huge rock underneath me. There's also a hole as well. There seems to be fish coming out of. Phil's just pointing to it now. Let's try and explore that. You can see them. Those are slightly different fish though. Those are pelt that are coming out the hole, not pollock. Both mine and Phil's line now is starting to tangle up in this seaweed, in this kelp. So I'm going to have to reel in and try and take some of the slack out of it. Still plenty of pollock in this shoal. Problem is you can't get very close to the pollock because they spook very easy, especially when they exhale. The issue we have as divers here is the tide is trying to actually lift us back to the surface because the tide's pushing over the reef. There's only one way for the water to go really, and that's up and over. And it also lifts us up and over as well. Once you're dunked out and round the back, you can drop down again and you get a little bit of a reprieve from this tide because it stops pushing you. As you can see here, there's some big old grandfather scallops. So no one's been diving around here for scallops. There's very little in the number of scallops around here, and these are just laying there, getting old. So we will harvest them. Obviously, there is small ones around here, so we'll leave them. But this is quite a nice little sandy patch between two reefs, pretty much. Look how dirty they are and how many age rings there are on them. There's quite a few. This one that I counted when we got back on the boat is 6 or 7 years old. Just pointed another one out to me. Quick check on my air, because this is my second dive. 70 bar left, so I've probably got maybe 5 minutes left at this depth, 20 meters. I've got 21 minutes left until I go into deco, so I think I'll be out of air before I'm out of bottom time. Here's an example of one of the small scallops. This could be in size, but it's so close I'm not going to take it. I'll leave it there. You've got to leave a little bit of stock around here just for them to breed. The shark swimming away from us. See if I can catch up. That one looks like a nice colour. This is a dogfish or cat shark. As with most seabeds, you do find little shards of glass and you pull them out. Always get your fingers crossed they're full. And this one isn't. This is late 1800s, push up. It's not a free blown one, I think it's a 3-part mould one, 1880s, 1890s. It's just the base. I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'm also going to leave that here because that's too small as well. As we come up into this part of the seabed, this weed tends to hide the scallops quite a lot. I mean, they're still finding them, but they are becoming harder to see. Also, we're just coming up onto the second reef now. I don't think we're going to get many more scallops. We'll have a little look, see if there's any more. As we come up onto the top of this reef, there's also baby Pollack on this one. And I mean babies, these are absolutely tiny. See if I can sneak up on some. As I've come shallower, I've actually gained no decompression limit time, but I'll still be running out of air. So I think we're going to find some more beasts on this little sandy patch as well. Like I say, I don't think anyone's been diving through here for a long time. I can see how Phil's looking at his hair, turns around and asks me, I'm ready to go up. Yeah, it's a little naughty of me, so I should have really gone up 10 bar ago. Phil's done his safety stop and he's on his way up. Mine's complete as well. Let's go. As Matt had forgotten his housing, yeah, we're no good both of us, but as Matt forgot his housing, I gave him my camera for his second dive, just to go down. We dropped him further south down towards the ammo reg running north. As there was only 33% battery left when I'd finished with it, Matt didn't have very long, but one thing he did catch is this massive shoal of sand eel. Can't believe how many sander there actually is. And there's the rototiller in front, stirring up all the viz for Matt. He's still getting scallops, so a bit of bad viz won't stop him. Just a hand from the deep.
This work here is done.
That sack is swollen. Well done, someone. Well done. At least someone had some scallops. I reckon you had 80.
T7.
How many?
T7.
Oh, 87. That's not bad. See the sunlight, so we closed up. So that's our Tuesday night done. We're back at high tide, so it means there's no climbing up any steep ramps. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on this dive, and I will catch you on the next tide.